Hey guys, nothing fancy, just a quick little intro. I've gotten quite a few new subscribers since the last and only time I've introduced myself, but hello, I am Sarah. I am a stay-at-home mom of 3. I post mainly cooking videos. I kind of been dabbling in. I did a clean with me the other day and grocery haul, but yes, I have a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 2.5-year-old, 2 girls and a boy. And that's about it. Just wanted to do it quick. Hello, and now let's get into the video. First, I have some chicken sandwiches for you. You're going to start with a package of chicken thighs in your crock pot, a 1/4 cup of apricot preserves, and 1/2 cup of chili sauce. And then you're going to cover it and cook it on low for 6 hours. And once your 6 hours is up, you're just going to break everything up and shred it. And then you're going to add 4 ounces of cream cheese to it and stir it around. And then it is all ready for you to put on. I mean, we just used just regular hamburger buns, and I served it with some sauteed zucchini on the side. And I'm not exactly sure why they're called cream cheese chicken sandwiches. I mean, of course there's cream cheese in it, but they honestly, to us, it tasted a lot like barbecue pulled pork. It was interesting. It may be the fat in the chicken thighs, but it was really, really good. It was much better than we were expecting it to be, just because it was kind of, the ingredients were a little odd, but I was still really curious. And like I said, they were really good. And then on the side, like I said, I sauteed up some zucchini, and I like to top mine with a little bit of Tony's and some Parmesan cheese. And now I have a bomb roast for y'all. This was so good. You're just going to start with a chuck roast, throw it in your slow cooker, pour in a cup of beef broth, a package of brown gravy, a package of Italian seasoning, a package of ranch seasoning, or 3 tablespoons of ranch if you have the little container. And then I just kind of rubbed the seasonings around because they seem to like kind of pile up. Not really necessary. But then you're going to cook it on low for 6 hours. And I am sorry, you are going to cook it on low for 5 hours. But once you hit the 5-hour mark, you are going to add in your carrots or potatoes, whatever you want to do right here. And then you're going to cover it again and cook it for 2 more hours at this point. And this step could have been done in the beginning. I just completely forgot about it, or when I threw the carrots in. But when it had about 20 minutes or so left, I opened it up and threw in 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter to melt it in, just to give it a little bit more flavor. And when I make the gravy to go over, it'll give more flavor there as well. And then once the butter was all melted, I just took the roast out and started making it all pretty. And we personally don't care for the potatoes cooked in with the roast. We prefer a baked potato on the side. So you'll see that is what I do as well. And then after I get the carrots out of there, I went ahead and at this point turned it on high because I knew I was about to put in my little cornstarch slurry. But once you get the carrots out, you're going to throw the cornstarch slurry in there, turn your crock pot on high and cover it, or put the lid back on and let it cook for about 15 minutes or so. And it really thickened up nicely, and the gravy that I pour on top of it was really good. And I guess I can also add that the time you are letting your gravy thicken up and stuff, it's a good time to cover up your roast and just let it rest for a few minutes, which is also good with meat because it lets those juices sit in there and they don't run out all over the place when you cut into it. At least I know that's true for things you grill or cook on the stove. I don't know if it's necessarily true for the slow cooker, but I treat it as such and it's good. So, but as you can see here, I served it on the side with a loaded baked potato, threw the carrots on there, piece of the roast, topped it with gravy, and it was delicious. Now I'm going to make some Crockpot Lasagna. It was the first time I've ever done this, and I liked it better than the oven, to be honest. I started out with rounding up a pound of meat and then throwing in a jar of marinara sauce, put some more water in the jar, shook it up about a cup or so, poured it back in and just stirred it, and that's it for that part. And I'm bummed that I thought I was recording me mixing the cheese mixture and I wasn't. But the cheese mixture is 15 ounces of ricotta, about a cup of mozzarella cheese, 2 or 3 tablespoons of fresh parsley, and an egg, and that's it. So you're going to start with your crock pot. You're going to put your meat mixture at the bottom, top it with like the oven ready is what I used, and it turned out perfect, little lasagna noodles, and then another layer, or your first layer of your cheese mixture, and then just follow, the same whole pattern. And then you're going to cook it on low for 4 hours once you get all your layers in there. And when there's about 30 minutes left, you're going to open it back up and top it with about a cup or so of more mozzarella cheese and let it melt, and then it will be good to go. And I served it with just a little pre-mixed Walmart brand Caesar salad and some breadsticks that I just threw into the oven. And like I said, this was delicious. I think my whole family thought this was even better than the one I typically make in the oven. It's just, how to describe it, like it's, I don't know. I would say juicier, but it doesn't sound right with pasta. But you know how obviously in a slow cooker, all the liquid doesn't escape. So it was just, it was so good. You should definitely, if you like lasagna and you like crockpot meals, easy night meals with your family, and this one only takes 4 hours, you should definitely try this one. I topped it with parsley, and my husband told me I should have topped it with basil, and he's so right. I completely forgot that I had a basil plant in my windowsill, like right behind me. So, whatever you want, basil, parsley, but I would recommend fresh basil if you have some. And lastly, I'm going to be making pork chops and stuffing in the slow cooker. I saw Shauna at the Dickinson Homestead do this on her channel last week and it looked so good, so I had to give it a try. You're going to start by putting half of your pork chops in the bottom of your slow cooker, topping it with pepper. She also topped hers with thyme, ground thyme, so if you like that, top it with thyme and ground pepper. We're just not huge fans of it, so I just went ahead and kept it as just pepper, or whatever really seasonings you want to add you could do here. And then in a bowl, you're going to mix together 8 ounces of sour cream, one of the little small jars of the chicken gravy, as I'll show you, and then you're going to fill it up about halfway or so with water, shake it, get all the stuff out of it, and pour that into the mixture as well. And then you're going to pour that on top of the pork chops. And now you're going to mix together 2 boxes of stovetop stuffing, whichever ones you want to do, and 2 sticks of unsalted butter melted, and mix that all together really well and put it on top. And I guess I'll also link her video down below, but Shauna cooked hers on low for 6 hours, and I should have known my slow cooker better because at 6 hours mine was pretty crispy. As you will see, I think it could have done 5, so just keep an eye on it. Your slow cooker, if yours can go 8, do it. But I want to try this again. It was still really good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was delicious, but it would have been even better if I would have stopped it like an hour or 2 sooner than I did. And I was going to serve this with green beans like I normally do this kind of thing, but I just figured the stuffing and pork chops were enough. And you will see here, there's really no way to make this look pretty when you plate it. It's all just kind of falling apart together. So I can't really judge a book by its cover here. Like I said, it was really good. The top of mine was just a little bit overdone. But thank you so much for watching my video this week. I appreciate everyone's support here on my channel, and if you like my content, be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and I will see y'all next week.